This video was made at UMR to encourage IEEE membership retention after graduation.
I want to introduce Mr. Jim Leonard, who...
Hold it. Stop the music. The IEEE population right now is 250,000. Compared to the population of the United States, which is 250 million, that's about 1,000 to 1. Or in simple terms, $10 to a penny.
Well, good afternoon, UMR EE seniors and IEEE members. When's graduation day? All right. You've all filled out the form, so the purpose of that form, as I mentioned, was number one, to be able to track you after graduation, because the IEEE is very concerned about the number of IEEE student members that don't retain their membership after graduation. Now, why should someone join IEEE, or in another vein, why should they retain their membership? Well, number one is the technical educational benefits that you get from IEEE. You all get the IEEE potentials while you're student members. Once you graduate, you'll be getting the IEEE spectrum, and you'll have a selection of the IEEE transactions and about publications from 36 other societies. I'm sure you'll be able to find the one of interest to you. As far as professional benefits go, you're technically trained very well here at the university, but once you get out of school, there's a professional side to the life of the electrical engineer. That is his working conditions, his benefits, his pensions, his social contacts, and there are activities within IEEE that take care of that for you. The one I'm involved with is specifically for students, but it gives them an insight to what to expect. Awards and recognition. One of the awards was just presented here today, the $500 grant. But we had a technical conference called MACON up in St. Louis last fall, and we had a little money left over. So as a result of that, Professor Zobrist will present a grant to the EE department. If you would step up here, please.
There's a letter that goes with this, and let me just read some excerpts out of it, and then we'll give the check to Dr. Gaida. And the only stipulation on this grant is that the selected student has to be an undergraduate and must be a student member of the IEEE.
The Missouri Conference, or MOCON, along with the St. Louis section IEEE, plans to continue this tradition of the $500 scholarship. In 1994, Eric Ludwig from the University of Missouri at Rolla was awarded the scholarship at the St. Louis section recognition night. MOCON plans to continue this tradition throughout the 1990s.
There are student awards, and there's about a dozen awards that the IEEE gives out with dollars attached, and we're talking about thousands of dollars. So if you're lucky to get one of those, okay. There are also many section awards and region awards that recognize your work, and this is a volunteer organization. There are leadership opportunities. Once you get out of school and are working in industry, there's the opportunity to take over offices within the local section IEEE that will assist you in developing your own personal leaderships, which then can be applied in your work area situation. The IEEE also has employment referral services. I'm sure Rolla is a very highly outstanding school, and none of you will be having a trouble getting a job once you graduate.
Hold it. Let's stop the music again here. This is the mid-1990s. New graduates are going to have 4 choices this time when they get out of school. They'll get a job, they'll go to grad school, they'll enter another field, or they won't get a job.
Later downstream, there is an employment referral service which is free of charge within the IEEE should you desire to change jobs.
1991 has seen an increase in engineering unemployment in the United States. The IEEE United States Activities Board, often referred to as IEEE USA, has produced 2 employment guides for engineers and scientists. The IEEE USA recognizes that unemployment is now a problem amongst engineers in the mid-90s. As such, they have contracted with Job Banks USA to help the unemployed engineer find employment.
This is another form of recognition. Did you all get one of these? After you get out into industry, the IEEE has certificates for other activities such as section officers, senior members, fellows, and chairmen and members of committees. Now, one of the main reasons, as determined by an IEEE survey, as to why new graduates drop out of IEEE is because of the cost of membership. In order to get more out of IEEE, you must participate. And the things you will get out of IEEE, as I mentioned earlier, are professional contacts, contacts for job changes, career changes, and educational opportunities. Maybe these rates are still too high. The Membership Development Committee is proposing a graduated increase in rates such that you won't suffer from sticker shock like is happening right now. So basically, dues will start at your current rate and they will gradually go up to over a 5-year period. A lot of you might say, well, now I'm out of college, to heck with it, which is what I did. When I was a senior at Akron University back many years ago, I said, I've been going to college all my life, that's it. I got out into industry and it took me about 1 year to figure out I better get back in school and keep learning. I recommend you all consider that. Either as, if you work full-time, possibly as a part-time evening graduate student. Many industry groups, such as the company where I work, will pay your tuition to continue your education. They will also pay part or all of your IEEE membership. For example, Union Electric, I believe, funds 100% of IEEE members each year. McDonnell Douglas funds most of the first year.
Well, this is Chris Dosterloh here in the University of Missouri at Rolla, who is the student branch chairman. Chris, we've been discussing various aspects of the IEEE and how it can help the member. Recently, I've written an article called The IEEE, Your Lifetime Companion for IEEE Potentials, and I know you've reviewed it. Could you give me some of your thoughts on that?
In general, I like the ideas expressed in the article. The one I found most interesting and helpful would be the idea of networking.
Well, networking is great. Not only can you use networking to find possible new employment situations, but I use networking every day myself with my fellow systems engineers, and I find we can get some activities done that would be almost impossible if we had to do it through contractual arrangements. By the way, Chris, do you have any plans after you graduate? Are you going to work in industry or go on to grad school?
I'm looking at several jobs right now, and if I don't get the job I want, I'll probably be looking at going to grad school here at Rolla.
Well, that's a good idea. I'm sure that each IEEE student will select the right thing depending on his situation. Has the St. Louis section been able to help your student branch?
Yes, the St. Louis section's been very helpful in the different projects we've brought before them.
I think one of those projects was the video conference that Ken Owens almost did single-handedly. Am I correct in that?
Yes, he put a lot of time and effort into that.
The 1990s will provide great opportunities for engineers graduating from great schools like here at the University of Missouri at Rolla, and others throughout the United States. In Region 5, we have 67 student branches, and Rolla ranks right up there among the best of them. Now I'd like to present a slideshow for you that's an update for the mid-1990s. The objectives of the IEEE are scientific, educational, professional, and societal. The scientific educational programs are geared to keep the member technically current. The professional and societal programs are geared to enhance the professional side of the EE's life. The technical side has 37 societies. You can join more than one if you desire. Here's another group. We have an Engineering Management Society and another bash. This one includes neural nets. And finally, the last group, which includes, as you can see, power engineering. Now let's look at activities. Electron, Westcon, Maycon, pubs. The IEEE accounts for about 1/4 of all technical publications worldwide. Education. Note that there are individual video tutorials and video conferences. We have 20,000 volunteers preparing standards for worldwide usage. Awards. Recognizing the volunteers' outstanding contributions is very important.
Every region has a student paper contest. We had ours down at Dallas last Saturday, and at the same time we also had a design contest. At the design contest there were 22 groups of students, 2 each. They were given a project and a bag of parts and some scopes and some meters and turned loose on Saturday. By Sunday they had their project together. 3 of them dropped out, 10 of them were satisfactory, 4 of them worked a little bit under spec, and 5 of them were disqualified. You might ask why I know that, because I was a judge. There were 6 judges, I was one of them.
By the way, speaking of student activities, didn't I see you in a design contest out of Colorado Springs this year?
Yes, another student, Jamie Kelly, and myself placed second in the design contest out there.
Well, that's great. The IEEE org chart. Note that the member is at the top. This is a breakdown of how the IEEE spends money for you. This is where the money comes from. You might think it comes from your dues. This is a further breakdown of IEEE expenditures. Note member activities. The IEEE is concerned about both technical info exchange and a full professional life. Here's IEEE headquarters in New York, an impressive sight. The IEEE Service Center in Piscataway, home of member services. And this is my favorite office, the IEEE USA office in Washington, D.C. And I said before, there is a paid staff, but the IEEE is run by both you and me.
IEEE is an all-volunteer organization. All EEs that belong to IEEE do not get paid a salary. They do get reimbursed reasonable expenses. So let's keep our profession going. Let's consider, if you're not a member of IEEE right now, of joining. And once you get out of college, please consider retaining your membership. Thank you. Now, I have a few minutes. Is there anyone that would like to volunteer to come down and tell me why they joined IEEE? All right, let's hear why you joined IEEE.
It's a pretty sad reason. But just because it was there, because they're to join.
Have you gotten anything out of it?
Well, yeah, we've gone to several lectures from different companies, and they tell us what they'd like to see, what's out there in the workforce for us to do, and just general knowledge of what's going on out in the world.
That's pretty good. It should be helpful when you graduate. What do you think?
I hope so.
Okay. How about retaining your membership after you graduate? Got any thoughts? Can we talk you into it?
Maybe.
Okay, think it over.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you a member of IEEE?
Yeah, unfortunately I am.
There you are. Did you take any tours or?
No, I really haven't been a total active member. I've really just joined to pick up the magazine spectrum and such.
Do you use IEEE on your resume?
Yeah, it is a resume booster. Some people ask about it and they want to know if you're active in the organization. I've gone to a few of their meetings they've had and listened to some lectures that the student membership has brought up for us to hear. People from Texas Instruments and stuff have been down.
Yeah, I think you'll find that once you get out in industry, retaining your membership will be helpful, specifically in getting contacts in case you like to change jobs.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, congratulations.
And I'll stay a member.
All right, for you. Thanks a lot. Okay, that does it. Thank you all very much for coming, taking time out of your busy schedule, and we'll be seeing you.
Become a member of IEEE, an active member. Commit to the exciting future that awaits us.